Penny Goodman, we've got a sensation here. What time do you make it?
It's 18 minutes past, right?
Well, the game was meant to start at 2:15. The South Australians came out at 2:15. All the Victorians are in place, ready to go. They must have already tossed in the rooms. Is that what they normally do?
No, normally they would come and toss, 15 minutes before and pick for ends and those. So.
Well, the South Australians are having kicking practice at the Glen Huntly Road end of Elsternwick Park. And it looks like that Noel Anir, the coach of SA, is pulling an interesting tactic to try and upset the Victorians. Is it a good tactic or is it just bad manners?
Well, it's probably a bit of both, Brad, but look, it'll be interesting to see how the Victorians handle this. South Australians come with a definite game plan, you'd have to say, and it looks like they're going to take the Victorians on and play mental games by the look of it.
Well, there are good relations of late between the South Australians and the Victorians, but we only have to go back to 1996 when the South Australian Amateurs changed their name after they declared that some of the players were paid in their association, and there was no match that year because of the amateur status. And the Victorians, of course, absolutely nobody gets paid in the VAFA, and if you do, huge consequences. And they play for the love of the game in Victoria, but I don't think I've seen something like that since a practice match, which I was involved with in the old Federal League. I thought it was a practice match. I bounced the ball. They started nearly 25 minutes late, and that got the players going.
Well, it certainly would. Well, I suppose they could just bounce the ball and get a game, but look, at this level, interstate game. Anyway, we're all in readiness now. We get the game nearly 5 minutes late, but we're on our way, Brad.
And the Victorians are going to be kicking to the right of screen. McLaughlin is the captain of Victoria, but it's Ramsden. The ball to be thrown up all day here. And ground level. The SA go ahead, but at half-back it's Byrne. Goes to Donati, to the, we'll call it the Bowen wing, as Ramsden takes the mark. Named after John Bowen, played in 6 premierships for Zavs out there. Now that's Byrne again. 2 touches in the space of a minute. Great burst of speed, and the mark is with Tuvey.
Yes, Marcus Tuvey's in really good form for the old Ivanhoe Football Club this year, and he'll go back from about 48 metres on a very acute angle.
Not a friendly pocket, that one.
No, not the best, but there's no wind here today, Brad, and should make a good fist of it.
No score on the board. Going to land short. Mark, not paid to McKeon. Of a bounce. And that is umpire Gibson from Victoria, and umpire Woolley is from South Australia. And there's been some controversy about bouncing or throwing it up.
Very good decision there has come off the hands of the players. Over to you, Brad.
McLaughlin taps it down. Snapshot comes from Jackson. Only a point. VAFA, 1 behind. SA, yet to score. 1 minute gone on the smoke-free time clock. What do you think of the throwing up all day?
No, I don't agree with it, Brad. I mean, it's a real skill in our game, and I'd like to see it retained. But it'll be interesting to see how the Victorians adapt to it today.
So SA to bring it in. May, centre half back, and McLaughlin for Victoria. Ground level, Rowett, taken too high, got the free kick. And will the advantage be paid? No. It's yes, no. Going back to the point of where the contact was made. Denver Arts on the mark for the Victorians. 1 behind, playing zip. A few minutes in. Conditions incredible for this time of the year, being winter.
Had a fair bit of rain last night, but the ground's come up an absolute treat.
Now there's the delivery. And in the back, free kick. Don't agree with that?
Oh, no, the free kick was there. I was just shaking my head. It was a very bad decision by Garvey there to just obviously push his opponent in the back.
And Carberry has the ball. He played 2 years ago here. Carberry into the goal square. Ramsden, not paid. Just been pulled out of the pack. Going to have a bounce. Has come out with the ball. It is Watts. Metres away from the South Australian goals. Up high, it is Richter, out of bounds. Ball must have touched the behind post. A metre away from the SA goals. 1 point playing, no score. When these sides last met at the Norwood Oval this time last year, it was the Victorians winning by 54 points. Have to go back to 95 since the South Australians had a win over Victoria And that was here at Elsternwick Park, and on that occasion it was a 2-goal win to the South Australians. These sides have been playing since 1925. Now from the throw-in, ball spills out. Now picking it up is Thomas. Thomas has brought the first goal for the match. It's gone to South Australia, and they lead by 5 points on the smoke-free scoreboard.
Oh, isn't the spirit fantastic by the South Australians? Hardly a player did not come over and pat Thomas on the back there and say, absolutely well done. Good snap there. And they seem to have settled a little better. And I think we're in for a really good contest today, Brad. I think both teams will go pretty hard. But the Victorians need to watch these free kicks because they will be paid.
Now we're going to see the ball thrown up again. Ramsden's fairly tall, but it's the South Australians with the advantage. Now running away. This is Tim Clark from Old Zabs. Has a namesake at Hawthorn. And the tap pass just onto the toes of Lathleen. Goes back to Clark. His teammate. Hancock was the tackler. Smoke-free wing. Now, around the corner. It comes from Watts. And out wide, lurking. It's Edwards. Centre half forward. Hoovering the ball, Ellis. Ellis. Out of bounds. 15 away from the SA goals. 1 point plays, one goal. The South Australians lead.
Well, that was fantastic crumbing front and centre by the little fellow Ellis. It could have done better with a kick.
Now, Carberry got the tap out. Thomas again. Just about in the back. Messi. Thomas goes back in for SA. Thompson. Simpson. Their Melbourne High teammates out in the full. And the free is with Baldacera, the captain. Chasing the ball, May. Garvey, was it? Got taken too high. It's going to be a free kick downfield to Victoria and Arts.
Yes, no love lost here at the moment. There's each team trying to find a bit of balance.
From one side of the wing to the other. Well done, Hancock. Stood his ground.
Yeah, very good chopping in front of McLaughlin there as the South Australians playing all across the wing.
Chandler it is. He's got it to White. Links back to Chandler. In the centre, Paul, Clark. Well, White follows up. Now Rowett. Poor kick, and Garvey. Started poorly, but his past couple of touches have been handy. Ramsden. Simpson. Still has time to get out of it. Not enough pressure there. Thompson. Smoke-free wing. Oh, hard on Hancock. Downfield, surely should be a free kick. Dunstan has the kick. Gee, I thought the captain, Baldacera, was tackled too late.
Yeah, it's very late, but a very tough contest.
Well, Trimboli, he was here a couple of years ago. It's messy in there, isn't it? Bit hard to keep your footing. Donati was playing in West Adelaide last year. Nearly throws it out. Trimboli. Jordan came in. And now, Pope puts his side into attack. Strong mark by Watts. They've come to play, the South Australians.
They certainly have, and they're doing very well, and teaming very well too.
Full forward. Nearly by Carberry. Out on the full. Incredible mistake. Pressure. Simpson, one of the youngest members of the team, just 20 years old. Out in the full, and Carberry had the chance to bring up another goal, but it's an unfriendly pocket there.
Yeah, very tough from that pocket. Also got the practice wicket area over there. Going for the check side kick, I think.
The South Australians lead by 5 points. Make that 11. That's a tremendous effort. Carberry's first goal. Oh, smoke-free scores. South Australia 2 goals. The VAFA 1 behind 8 minutes into the first term.
Just a basic skill error there, kicking off the ground. Obviously a bit nervous by the young kid, and he just can't afford to make those basic mistakes, especially at this level. But hopefully he'll settle down, and I think we're in for a very, very good afternoon of football.
I wonder if Coach Berkey, if he'll bring Simpson off or keep him on. Throw up again. Clark's in the centre, but it's taken away by Baldacera. Now, left lane. Burst of speed. Oh, well done by Baldacera again. Arts was the late tackler. Hancock has some space on the smoke-free wing. Now Ellis. They're teaming well, the South Australians. Into the hot zone. Hope went up high for the Victorians. But clearing it and doing well was Simpson. Now, ground level. That's Donati. Over to Hope. Half volley, Arts. Chance again for the South Australians. And it's going to be a free kick for being held.
Yeah, very poor there. I thought it was Tiggy Touchwood by the South Australian umpire, but calls it as he saw it.
Rowett. Got a loose man. And the mark is with Richter. And Richter's going to go back from the 45 area. 45-degree angle, 45 metres out. The arcs here are 45 metres at Elsternwick Park, as they are most amateur grounds. And SA, they lead by 11 points. This would make it a 17-point lead.
You'd have to say that the tactics of starting a bit late to holding up the Vics may have just unsettled them a little bit, Brad.
Richter's kick, fading. Has it snuck in? It has. And they're away to a fantastic start. The South Australians, 3 goals, plays the solitary behind, 10 minutes into the first term.
Yes, 3 goals versus 1 point at the near enough to the 10-minute mark. And Victorians just have to do more out of the centre. That's where they're getting beat at the moment. And Ramsden has to do more. Wouldn't surprise me if McLaughlin goes into the ruck very shortly, move Ramsden down the forward line.
Well, maybe the throwing up of the ball is upsetting Ramsden. Whereas we've had it been bounced, it might have been more of an advantage for him. Dunstan is up against him. Now that's Rowett, taken too high, gets the free kick. Here come the South Australians again.
Yes, and they've got the benefit of getting in front.
To the flank, on the burst, Thomas. His father wore number 10 for South Australia back in the 70s. Fantastic delivery to Evan Arnold. And he's played in the past couple of matches for South Australia. And he has been on the receiving end of a couple of hidings from the Vics. Wouldn't he love to drive this in and give his side a 23-point lead?
Just look a little faster at the moment, the South Australians, and turning a lot better. So, Vics need to settle down.
Arnold from 40 metres, awkward style, but that's not an awkward result. That's a fantastic result. And South Australia go out to a 4-goal lead. They're 4 goals. The Victorians, 1 behind, 11 minutes into the first term. And is the breeze a factor here?
I don't think it is, but gee, it was a lovely kick off the boot, made no mistake, went right through the middle, and a very, very good goal to the South Australians. And I agree with you, Brad, I think they've come to play.
Well, the Victorians have barely had it inside their 45. Just amazing. Nick Burke continues with Ramsden in the centre. Ruckman nullify each other. Baldacera is in there. And we'll go again with a throw up. 5 metres into attack are the South Australians. Well, Nick Mitchell, where's he? They were going to use him down back. Maybe they're going to bring him on.
Yes, well, I think he should be on. Should be down the forward line.
Trimboli taps it out. Now that is Hope, or Pope at least. There's a Hope and a Pope out there. Now Alice. And it is Danny Byrne doing the defensive work for the Victorians. Smoke-free wing.
I think Ewan Thompson's got to do more in the middle too. He's just finding it going a little tough at the minute.
Well, Ramsden got the tap. Does his ruck roving. Baldacera, bottom of the pack. Have another throw up. Gee, another couple of goals here by the South Australians. And I mean, they're already away, but how many goals buffer do you reckon you need before you've won the match?
Oh, look, you still need 5 or 6 goals clear before you're clear, I think.
Well, that was the ruckman doing a great job in Dunstan. Left lane, on the ball. McLaughlin, the captain, awkward bounce. Oh, well done there by Jordan. McKeon just couldn't get to the fingertipper. McLaughlin throws himself in. And isn't the intensity of this match high?
Oh, it's fantastic. But like I said, the South Australians, they just seem to be combining a little bit. They're forcing the Victorians wide as well.
40 away from the Victorian goals. They need a goal, the Victorians. But again, it's Dunstan. It's picked up by Deneen. Now Thompson, not 10 metres. They're away again, the South Australians. Linking well. Up onto the wing. Ellis in front of Byrne. Have a throw in. Now, they started preparing for this match, the South Australians, in November. And the Victorians, they announce and make the decision on their coach around about the same time. So maybe the South Australians have taken a leaf out of the Victorians book as Rowett dispossessed. Now, that was Ramsden. McLaughlin couldn't pull it in. Good recovery here by Hutchings. Hancock too slow. Left lane, he'll look for a teammate. Terrific mark by Chandler. He works with the SAAFL. And he's found his teammate May by himself. Down the next line, nearly pulled in by Arnold. Ground level. Clark, geez, got quick skills. That's Ellis. Just bursts through. Brushes off the Jordan tackle. Now, Watts. He's got Clark on his tail. Now that's Hope. Thomas centres it. Waters. Skills. Now that's Nick Mitchell. There's Nick. Waters again, and he finds us.
Yes, they're starting to get a little bit of a system going here, but they just need to do more in the centre of the ground.
Well, the umpire was in the way of Waters. Donati. Terrific delivery. No, it wasn't. McKeon. He's a fantastic kick. Oh, well done in front, the South Australians. For picking it up, it was touched. Now, that was Jackson picking it up for the snapshot, and it was Douglas who just about pulled the mark in for South Australia. 24 plays 2.
They really do need a goal to get their forward line settled and a bit of momentum. And I don't know where it's going to come from unless they make some changes.
Douglas to kick in halfway through the first term. VAFA 2 behind. SA 4 goals. Terrific mark to McLaughlin. And no, it's going to be bounced by the South Australian umpire, Umpire Woolley.
Yes, he couldn't make a decision who marked the ball. And it sounds there like Donati's given him a bit of a spray. He's gone over and had a work, but he's going to throw the ball up.
Well, McLaughlin wins the tap easily. You called that move earlier. But coming away with it is Civic. Drives SA into attack. Garvey goes back with it. He's tracking the ball. Now he's got a handle. So that's Hope. And this is Mitchell. And he gives it to his teammate Byrne.
Oh, very good play there by Garvey. Gutsy effort to come back in the centre of the corridor.
And McLaughlin that time has been paid the mark by Umpire Woolley.
Well, strange decision. Didn't think he held it long enough, but the way the Vicks are going, he'll take it.
Has been allowed to play on. Gets it to Byrne. McKeon. No. Good defence there by Hutchings. Trying to keep it in. Out of bounds. 45 away from the Victorian goals. A 22-point lead to South Australia. Victorians always come into these matches as favourites. But today, it looks like it could be a different result.
Well, that's it. They need McLaughlin on the ball, I feel, and they need to keep their forward line open.
Well, Donati well tackled, and that's holding the ball. Free kick going to South Australia. And Civic onto the wing. Garvey did well. Byrne. Donati. Last lane. They need a possession here. Jordan. Great tackle on Civic. Jackson. Clear possessions required. Douglas. Now it's with Trimboli. Onto the flank. The mark is with Thomas. He has one goal from 40 metres. I think he's got a second goal. Thomas has. And the South Australians are out to a 28-point lead. A boil over.
Well, so far the South Australians have shown a clean pair of heels. Just felt Ramsden could have put a bit more pressure on young Thomas there and made him hurry his kick a little bit. Didn't put enough pressure on and kicked it through. I think Nick Burke as coach has got to make some moves here, Brad. I just think they needed to get more drive the Vicks out of the centre. And for mine, McLaughlin I'd put in the ruck. And I'd even bring someone off the bench, maybe a Marnie into the centre, because I don't think the other boys doing enough.
Well, he got the win. He run the tap then, did Ramsden. Now Jordan trying to get a handle on it. Arts into the pass. That's beautiful. Of Thompson. Thompson's kick. They sort of spun back and rushed through by Pope. So it's 3 points playing 30. Yes, South Australia is leading. 18 minutes first term.
Yes. They were a bit stiff there. Did a leg break and it just went the wrong way for the Vics. Just need a little bit more luck than that.
Douglas to resume. Coming onto the ground is Timmins for South Australia. He replaced Rowett. McLaughlin with this fist. Trimboli roving the packs beautifully. This is Alice in front of Byrne. Garvey. Garvey again. Trimboli puts the tackle on. Rowett around the corner for Clark, one of Victoria's best.
Yeah, he's playing well, Clark, but they need a few more of his mates to stand up.
Clark into the centre. Jordan. Now he's normally got some pace. Victoria need a goal before quarter time, that's for sure. Oh, terrific mark to Mitchell. Oh, Nick Mitchell, the last time he was here, he had great disappointment when St Bernard's had nearly their hands on the Premiership Cup and A section, only to get run over in the last term by Zaverians. Nick Mitchell, former Fitzroy player, loves the goal. Delightful left boot. It's coming around, it's going to drop short. It's rushed. Left lane! And, oh, tremendous by Sibic, taking the mark.
Fantastic roving by left lane. Just couldn't quite get it over through the goals, but a great effort by the South Australian to mark.
Sibic taps it and finds Pope. Hope and Pope.
They're very loose at the moment, the Vics, unable to pick up their men and looking a little ragged.
Victoria trails by 27 points, 20 minutes into the first term. They come to you by Smoke Free, that data. Hutchings at centre half back. Happy to take their time. Now he kicks to the smoke-free wing. You've got to pay that mark. And this ruckman, Dunstan, he's dominating. Squares it to Pope.
Yes, sir. They're just playing very good football and they're starting to chip it around. Gone from long kicking to chipping it around. He's looking for their short one again.
Certainly are well trained. New coach this year for South Australia. That was Timmins. This is Sibic. Delightful delivery. Arnold has the mark. Just outside 50. Well done to Garvey. And it's Garvey's free and mark.
Yes, no, he's playing good football now after his first initial free kick. Set it up well for his running mate here on the wing. Some
space for Byrne. Left lane. Victoria's away. And nearly to Tuvey. McKeon. Difficult angle. Could it be a miracle goal? Steve McKeon has brought up Victoria's first goal of this interstate clash, and it's at the 21-minute mark. Victoria 1 goal 3-9 trails South Australian Amateur Football League 5 goals straight.
Well, it was good football by the Vics, well, even though they did it the hard way, out of the back pocket, down the half-back flank, down the wing, good pass from left lane, Turvey spoiled, good pick-up by McKeon there, and a very good snap goal from the pocket. Something they really needed.
Just arrest the momentum of South Australia. Dunstan to go up again against Ramsden. Neither win the tap. Timmins quickly to Baldacera. Thompson coming into the match. Arts is a wonderful kick. Over the pack. It's going to go through. Direct football at its best. And Victoria scores successive goals in less than 30 seconds of game time.
Yes, it's something the Vics have needed to do, and there it is. We saw it again. Get the ball out of the centre, quick hands, down the centre corridor. Denver after gone over the top and kicked a very badly needed second goal.
Now, all of a sudden, the South Australian lead is reduced to 15 points. That sounds a lot better than a 5-goal lead, doesn't it?
Certainly does. No, they're starting to get their game plan going a little better. They need to keep up the momentum.
Dunstan against Ramsden. He wins the tap there, Rammer. Jordan to Ramsden. Here come the Victorians again. Last lane. He's been a great state player. McKeon, beaten that occasion. McLaughlin, strength. Donati on the rise. Deneen, was that in the back? Play on. And Douglas relieves. And Alice, for a stocky fellow, he's got a bit of zip.
Bit stiff there as he plays around on the wing. Good play by South Australia there.
Carberry was pushed out. No. Now Carberry, I thought, might have got the free, but it's going to Nick Mitchell, one of the glamour players of the A section, St Bernard's team. And he has found Deneen. Back to Nick. Oh, he's made a mistake, Mitchell. Deneen has to come in, recover for his teammate. Might work out well. Byrne. He goes to Donati. Oh, tremendous by Dunstan, enjoying his game. Now Chandler, immediately tackled by Jordan. Play on, back to Jordan. Big bump by Timmins, too high. Free kick going to go to Jordan at the 45-metre mark. And he'll kick from 45 metres out. That might just be too far out for the doggy.
A very good umpiring by umpire Woolley there. It was right on the scene, head high, played it. Very good football.
Looking for a short pass. Trimboli interrupts the Victorian passage. Now, he gives it to White. Is he being held? No. Ramsden. He's like a rover. This is Deneen. The tap doesn't come off. Arts. Good delivery. McKeon. He gives it down to Jackson. Play on. Oh, Tuvey. Douglas rushes it through. What a wonderful game of Australian football. The VAFA 2 goals 4-16, trailing the South Australians 5 goals straight. And we're about to hit the time on in the first term.
Just thought Tuvey could have done more of that in the forward line.
Could this be a turnover here? Well, Trimboli, no, at least it's Hancock. Follows up, off half-back. Goes to the wing, Thompson, great skills. It's a quick match this. Victorians through Clark in the centre. Delivery is to Lathlane. He is a sneaky player.
He's very good. He knows how to get the football. Victoria's have just made a change too, Brad, with Marnie coming on and Denver Arts going on to the bench for a rest.
All of a sudden, his options are few. So he goes to his Zaverian teammate in Donati. Donati, only 3 weeks ago, came back from West Adelaide after he was able to get a release from that club. Came fourth in the Magarey medal last year. And here he is today at Elsternwick Park, representing the VAFA. He'll kick from 50. No, right on 45, slips over. Terrible. Doesn't come off. Once again, Chandler relieves. Thompson. Now this is Jordan. Gets it to Garvey. Poor kick. Timmins. The quick kick. It's probing. Ball comes out. South Australia from the flank. It's their first behind. That makes them 5-1, 31 to 2-4, 16. 26 minutes gone in the first term.
And the Victorians are now doing something they weren't doing in the first 15 minutes. They're starting to really put pressure on the ball carry for South Australia and making them make mistakes. So they remember the good chance here, the Vics.
That was Thomas again who kicked that behind. 2 goals, 1 this term. Now Hope, smoke-free wing. Ramsden just can't hold the mark. White at the throw. Yes. So it's unfortunate. You sometimes feel sorry for the player when he's got one arm caught.
But had a prior opportunity, could have done more with it. Good decision.
Donati, half forward line for the Vics. Tuvey and Douglas. Now that's Hancock. There's 2 South Australians here, and White takes the mark. Just slows things down. His side leads by 15 points to Dunstan. Gives it to Timmins. Carberry up high, and the free kick's to Carberry. Taken too high. Umpire Woolley is being spoken to by Hope. But the free kick, it's actually Richter who's got the free.
Well, he might have needed Hope there because I thought it was really just a play on. It's just good, strong contest. But the umpire did indicate he cocked him a bit high. Well, I'd like to see that again.
Tell you what, when players convert those dubious free kicks for goals, I think they're worth 2 goals.
They can really hurt you as he comes in, lines up, bit steady. It might have just snuck in for a goal. It's a point.
Richter didn't like it off the boot. He's got a strange kicking style. Now, the smoke-free scoreboard, it's 5 goals, 2-32 South Australia. Victoria 2-4, 16, 28 minutes in. Hope kicks it. Dunstan couldn't take the mark. That was actually a throw then. Couldn't be seen by the umpire. Still, ball still in, now it's out of bounds. Just that by Watts, the way he put the ball to his fist then?
Yes, he did. It was a sort of a flick sort of thing, but it was offside by the umpire. I don't think he would have put that up.
Well, Dunstan, did he get pushed out there? Well, he made sure that his South Australian umpire saw it.
Yeah, very tiggy touchwood. Over accentuated by the big fella, but he's playing well.
They kicked 2 behinds in succession, the South Australians. That was Carberry coming through hard. Arnold, snapshot, out in the full. Victoria will have possession. Their score is doubled by the South Australians. 16 playing 32, 29 minutes gone, first term.
But that's the difference now. The Victorians are really putting pressure on the South Australians, and they're starting to make those mistakes that they weren't making earlier.
Thankfully, it's not a one-sided game, as is often the case between these teams. Hope. Ramsden pulls it in. He's away. Good vision. That's great work. Out to Simpson. Left lane. Hancock go for it. Chandler. Point of the square. Looking for Arnold. Nearly pulled it in. Mitchell does well. Donati. He links with Waters. Here come the Vics. Ford. Always good delivery. 2v. About 5-1 there. Out of the pack. It's a goal to Victoria. Staying down was Jackson. How did he get that out? There was 5 red jumpers there to the 1 blue.
Did he very well. It was a very good job there, Jackson. That's what his job is today. He's going to be kept not so much on the ball, but he'll be down the forward line mainly to kick goals, and they certainly need them. Jackson's
first goal, the Victorians' third, smoke-free scoreboard. SAAFL 5-2-32, VAFA 3-4-22, 30 minutes into the first term.
And Lockie Ford's come on to replace Tim Clark too. So Nick Berg ringing the changes at the minute.
Ramsden, now he's up against Pedler. Changing the ruck there for the SA team. Timmins. Well done by Marnie to get it out. McLaughlin ran over it. Hancock, been impressed by him. Pope. Good defensive work to White. They're well drilled, these South Australians.
Well drilled. As soon as that person gets the ball, they move forward and run onto the ball very well.
Just running under it. The South Australians, Timmins at the throw out. Alice, that's not 10 metres. And Deneen won't let him go. Simpson got the kick. It's messy, but it's tough. Chandler got it out, but it went to Simpson. Donati, that's quick and beautiful. Here's Byrne looking for last lane. Hancock, too good. He is terrific.
Yeah, he's playing very well. Good tight footy, but he gets in front of his opponent.
It's a 10-point lead to South Australia. Ford got in front. Timmins goes to the boundary line. Have it thrown in.
And impressed by Byrne's game today so far, Brad. He's roving the packs very well and doing very well. So Byrne's player doing extremely well.
There's the throw in. Pedler got the tap. Goes to Donati though. 45 for Victoria. McLaughlin.
Oh, he's starting to rough him up a little bit, but the big fella's taking a good strike. Plays on quickly to Deneen.
And he comes over to Ramsden. He's a great kick. Ramsden. He's been playing forward this year for Trinity. Look at that form. And incredibly, the Victorians are within 4 points as we're about to hear the quarter-time siren go. They were down by 5 goals at the 18-minute mark. That's 4 unanswered goals to the Victorians.
The never-day say attitude of the Victorians just standing out there, and I think Nick Burke's made a couple of changes, bringing Lockie Ford and Marnie on, and made a change. They're starting to get the ball out of the centre.
Smoke-free scoreboard. SA 5-2-32. Victoria 4-4-28. 32 minutes gone in this first term. Ramsden against Pedler. Ramsden gets the second tap. Here come the South Australians. Pedler interrupted though by Deneen. That's Thompson. Left lane. Deneen. Gee, he's lost some weight in the past couple of years. Won't be paid that. It has been paid. It's gone to McKeon. The siren went while the ball was in flight.
Well, the rules say the umpire has to hear it. Well, he's awarded the mark just before he's been hearing the first sound of the siren.
That is the Victorian umpire, Umpire Gibson. What did you think? Should the mark have been paid?
No.
Correct. Well, remember this moment. At the 32-minute and 28-second mark of the final term, McKeon could put his side in front for the first time. Since the 1 minute mark of this term, He didn't, only behind. But it's a 3-point ball game at quarter time. The smoke-free scoreboard. South Australia's Amateur Football League 5-2-32. The Victorian Amateur Football Association 4-5-29. And that quarter went 32.5 minutes. Let's give you the goal scorers. For South Australia, Richter 1, Carberry 1, Arnold 1, and 2 goals to Thomas. And for Victoria, all single goal kickers, McKeon, Arts, Jackson, and Ramsden. Second term between the VAFA and the SAAFL. It's the SAAFL leading by 3 points. Ramsden got the tap, nearly came off. Deneen got it from Lane, keeps going, loves to lay off, and it comes to Donati.
It was very, very good play by Ramsden. He's really picked up his game, so it might pay to leave McLaughlin a forward line.
Big delivery to McKeon. Oh, wonderful hoovering there by Armstrong. Now White. It's on the cricket pitch area. Difficult to control. Pope. He finds the line, or White. Now they find the line. And they're using the West End football this term. They're using the Sherrin for the first term, and they'll be alternating. Sherrin, the ball of the VAFA, the West End ball, the ball of the SAAFL. Dunstan continue his good ruck work, but there's McLaughlin now in the ruck, working it out. Chandler, beautiful delivery. How about that for a kick? Onto the chest of his teammate in Richter. Now he has an unusual kicking style.
Yes. Fantastic play there. I find this football will be a little difficult.
Forward line, Arnold goes up, as does Hope for Victoria. And we're going to have a bounce 40 away from the SA goals.
You would say a throw-up though, Brad, but I would like to mention to you that Deneen in the first quarter had 6 kicks and 9 handballs, so 15 possessions in the first quarter. Fantastic effort.
Important bit of ruck work. Thomas, Arnold, still going. Well done, Waters, to bring it out. Now that's Clark. Pope with the fist. Civic, well, taken by Lane. Dunstan, and nearly McLaughlin on the second attempt. Ellis, just enough there for the Victorian. Civic, Thompson was the tackler, into a pack. Smoke-free wing, have a throw up.
He's strong left lean. He just used great body work there to make sure if he couldn't get hold of the footy, the South Australians weren't going to get away with it. So great courage by left lane.
Still a 3-point lead to SA. Dunstan down to Ellis. Dunstan, Pope. Now bounces, difficult one to take this one. Oh, that's fantastic. Throw in the back, advantage. Trimboli. Well, Garvey, he reads the play well.
Yes, no, it's not actually Garvey, it's Simpson.
Yeah, he read that well.
Yes, no, it's very good play. Oh, good long kick there. It looks like McLaughlin or Ramsden.
Ramsden it is, Benny. This game is an incredibly high standard. Little wind, lots of sunshine. Douglas, nearly. Tuvey and he are having a great battle. Jordan, snapshot, behind. Smoke-free scoreboard. SA 5-2-32. Victoria 4-6-30. 3 minutes into the second term. That's 10 shots to 7. Yet SA leads by 2 points.
I think the Victorians now have really got the measure of the South Australians, starting to play good footy. I find it a little difficult with this football. It's a little pointier on the ends than normal Sherrin.
Pointier, not Portier.
Pointier.
Well, the kick in from Hancock eventually comes off. Trimboli using the space here of Elsternwick Park. White on the rise to Civic. And the free kick or mark is with South Australia. Now back to Trimboli. He got it from Watts. And that's going to be holding the ball. Yes, it's a throw actually. And Simpson started off poorly, the youngest member of the Victorian team, but he's coming into it now.
Yes, but that was a good, strong mark by Watts, though, under great pressure.
McLaughlin, the captain of Victoria. His first time with that distinction. Ramsden uses his weight well. Little flick. Jordan, here's a go. Good defence by SA. Byrne, back to Jordan. Left lane. Hancock. McKeon overruns it. Have a bounce. 15 away from the Victorian goals. And I've got a feeling, Benny, if South Australia can't get a goal within the next couple of minutes, that the momentum will be fully with Victoria, and the outlook won't be too good for the visitors.
No. And look, Victoria had got an opportunity there, the comedy of errors.
Well, off the ground, Jordan. Well done, Hancock. Rushed through for a behind. So now just 1 point in this match. South Australia 5-2-32. Victoria 4-7-31, 5 minutes into the second term.
A bit like a rugby scrum there for the last couple of minutes, and Victoria just edging their way ever so close. And if they hit the front, I think they won't be headed.
Douglas, big kick. Chandler rises nearly. Ramsden nearly got a free kick for being legged. Tuvey, oh, Douglas, strong mark from behind.
Very, very good mark.
Needs some of this hard work to pay off. Trimboli links quickly with Civic. White. Thompson does well to hold him up. Now Ellis to the flank. Oh, up high was hope for Victoria. That's Carberry. Tapping it on. Just a little bit too much good sense there from Waters of Victoria. Now it's 20 metres away from SA. Such an important foray that for SA. They've got to get a goal, don't they? Haven't scored one since the 18-minute mark of the first term.
No, they need a goal, you're quite right, but Victorians have the ascendancy at the moment, playing good, hard, tough footy.
Well, hopefully threw it out to Arts. Jackson and left lane. Well, left lane into the veteran class now, but he's still picking up plenty of ball.
One of the best on the ground at the moment. Left lane and Deneen are playing very good football.
Got it back from Thompson to left lane. Loves to square it. Donati. They've done that a few times in the past few weeks with Zavarians. Now Clark, outplayed there by Trimboli. Plenty of possessions for the Red Boys. White, just biffed off it by Mitchell. Arnold to Trimboli. They played here 2 years ago, that pair. Trimboli to centre half forward. Waters with one hand. Hope is in front of Watts. He looked for the boundary line and finds it.
Yeah, very good football by Hope there. He just kept paddling along, hoping it to bounce up into his hands. Couldn't, found the line. Good result for the Vics as it goes out of bounds on the half-back flank.
1 point in this match, 7 minutes in to the second term. Ramsden's just being held there by Watts. Look at that, as good as a kick, that fist. Jordan picks up another 10 metres. McLaughlin, he puts himself in hard as Hancock. Arts, free ball, left lane. Jackson, they just couldn't get a clean possession. Such was the pressure from South Australia. Now Armstrong, down the line. Ellis, centre half forward. Well done, Mitchell.
He's strong.
He's a great player, that Nick Mitchell. Waters, backwards to Hope. Into the pocket, the dead pocket, and Garvey.
Yeah, very good play. The switch there. And the Vics, I think, it's just starting to really take command of this game.
Garvey to the centre, looking for Arts. Strong mark.
Yes. And he's played on down the wing. They've got their running game going.
Jackson. Oh, he's just a great athlete. Played with a couple of games for St Kilda in '95. Jackson into the pocket. It's hit the boundary line, out in the full. Well, that's poor delivery, and I suppose that's the one area of criticism of Jacko is his delivery.
Yeah, poor skill error there, but also leading towards the pocket. Should have made more and come down the corridor.
Ellis got it from Dunstan. They've brought it, they've changed, they've switched the play. Hancock just needs to control this. Flipped over and gone. Should have been tackled then by Deneen. Well done, Deneen, to left lane. Victoria come again. Deneen just couldn't hold on to it. McLaughlin, Deneen. Only the behind. Scores are level. We're back to where we started. Victoria 4-8-32. SA 5-2-32. 9 minutes gone this first term and still no goals in this second term.
And what a great work rate by Deneen there. Just really worked extremely hard. Did all the hard things. Shepherding, took the kick and had a shot for goal. Unfortunately to the big stick.
Douglas. Dunstan. Second attempt. No. That was Ramsden with the boot in. Now with the fist. Watts. Waters. Clean bowled him. Watts again. Trimboli. In the back, isn't it? Play on. Thought Arnold was poorly done with then. That's Byrne looking for Donati. Trimboli having a tremendous term. In his back, surely. Gets the free Trimboli.
Yeah, very crude tackle there. Just fell clearly into his back by Donati. Very poor, and the umpire was quite right to award the free kick.
Well, a few of the players from the South Australian team are huffing and puffing. The game is at a frantic pace. Ellis, Waters got a hand up. That was Watson there as well. Waters. Big bump. Burn. Trimboli again. Now, it's Ellis, or is it a teammate of his? Play on. Oh, beautiful hoovering. Came from Thompson.
Very good punch away by Garvey in the last line of defence. As Big Rambo tried to pick it up, looks like a ball will beat him. It's gone out of bounds on a half-back flank.
Scores are locked, Benny, but the Victorians have had 12 shots and the South Australians just 10.
Yes, the South Australians need to get back to their original game, playing a flow-on footy.
Well, Ramsden getting on top. Got it to Clark. Awful bounce for left lane. They're just so difficult, aren't they, when they bounce just that metre in front of you.
Yeah, well, that's what will happen with this football. It's a little more pointier on the ends than the normal Sharon. It tends to be a bit rounder on the end.
The Sharon will be back for the third term. Dunstan and Ramsden. Well, Ramsden's getting on top there. That is a 30-metre punch. Civic. Out in the full, or will it stay in? May or Ellis? It is Ellis. Just took that mark. Dunstan, he wants to win, that fella. Now, comes to Armstrong. Looking for the lead. That's a mark, I think, to Richter. A most unusual mark.
Yeah, so one-handed, pulled it in, trying to keep his opponent off. Very good mark. As the South Australians make another change, and May has come off for Armstrong. So South Australians now starting to ring the changes as he goes back and will kick from about 45, 46 metres directly in front.
He has one goal, Richter, at the 11-minute mark of the first term. We've gone 12 minutes into the second term, and there's been no goal scored at all. Unusual style of kicking from Richter. How effective is it? Looks pretty good, but it stayed right. Looks pretty good for a point. So that puts the South Australians back in front. They're 5-4-34 on the smoke-free scoreboard. The Victorians 4-8-32, 12 minutes into the second term.
Oh, very good. He tried there, Jackson. Thought he could have made more of that, but the South Australians starting to get their run-on game going.
With Civic, goes to the hot zone. Richter in the back, free kick. Good pick-up by umpire Gibson. It was against Hope. Evan Arnold reminds Hope of what a poor attempt it was. So Richter, he'll have another set shot, but this time he'll go from 35, 10 metres closer.
Yes, I think he was praying in Hope there, but the umpire was right on the job, clearly into his back. Umpire Gibson had no alternative but to give him a kick directly in front of goal. And Richter there lining up, and should make no mistake about this one.
They haven't got a goal, the South Australians, since the 18-minute mark of the first term. Again, an unusual kicking style. But this time, it's the 6 points. So, South Australia, 6 goals, 3-39. Victoria, 4 goals, 8-32. Such an important goal in the match because Victoria had 4 unanswered goals to this point, which is the 13-minute mark of the second term.
And very good for South Australia to get a goal there against the actual flow of the way the game was panning out, because the Victorians were really starting to get on top. But once again, the ball out of the centre is such a crucial element of this game.
It's going to be thrown up as it has all day. Dunstan got the tap. Left lane. Ooh, big in there. Denver Arts, crude tackle. The free is with Watts. Centre half forward. Well done, Waters. Gutsy mark.
Yes, coming across the front of the flow there. Plays on quickly.
This is with Byrne. Arts. Gee, he's looking confident. And well done to Tuvi. That's nearly the perfect play. What we need is a goal from this set shot to make it that. And it will bring Victoria to within a point again.
They certainly need this, and so does Tuvi for his confidence. He's been well held in the first quarter, and here we are at the 13, nearly 14-minute mark, and he's having his first set shot for goal. Been in good form, kicked 10 goals only two weeks ago, and a few goals last week again, so he's having a big year in A section.
Old Ivanhoe and B section this year, Benny.
Well, they are too.
7-point lead to South Australia is a 1-point lead. Well done to Tuvi. That is his first goal for the match. and it's the Victorians' first goal for this term. Smoke-free scoreboard, South Australia 6-3-39, Victoria 5-8-38.
Well, I think it was the method in which they did that, the Victorians, the way they come down the ground. South Australians don't like to be put under too much pressure, and I think the Victorians can put a bit more pressure on them in the centre of the ground, could do well.
Tremendous seesawing affair. We've had 4 changes in the lead in this match. Another goal here. Victoria will take the lead again. So Ramsden trying to get through. Thompson, great agility. Ramsden is now finding his the tempo of the match. Tooby, too good for Douglas. A fingertipper running backwards.
Yes, running with the flight of the football. Great work back here in the centre of the ground, though, by Ewan Thompson and Big Ramsden. And Ramsden went with a big kick, 50 metres down in the front of the goal square. And Tooby will do the rest by kicking another goal. He's second within 30 seconds.
This to put the Victorians in front for the first time since the 1-minute mark. South Australians relieved. Armstrong, ball's free. Thomas, their number 10. Trimboli, he is playing for his Guernsey, showing great commitment. Deneen goes back in, have a bounce. Victorians 10 metres into attack, and they lead by 10 points. The previous quarter, Benny, went nearly 33 minutes. Got a feeling this one might go out to about 35. We've gone 27 minutes second term.
Well, it's a no-hold-bars affair. I mean, they're really getting stuck into it and really playing for their jumper.
McLaughlin won the tap. Armstrong wrapped up by Jordan. Will go again with the bounce.
Okay, it's just fantastic courage by both sides, really, to just go hard at the football. Got another throw up here as we just in the centre square. Mark Gibson coming in, throws it high.
McLaughlin up against Dunstan. Messy game at the moment. It's been electric. Timmins overran it. Orlando going in hard. Rowett. Another bounce. Still 10 metres away from the centre. The Victorians in charge into attack. So what if he gets it off for the whole game? What coloured card is that?
It's probably a red one, I would think.
You're right. Well, I didn't see Mark Gibson bring out a red card.
No, I didn't.
Jackson jars it out. Armstrong, well tackled. The tackling's been ferocious. Deneen, nearly best on ground. Give him a rap. What does he do? Row it. Good second effort. Oh, lovely mark. But he's played on has Edwards. Thomas, Trimboli. Can he ice a fantastic individual effort in the second quarter? He certainly can. Trimboli. Superb kick. And South Australia trails by 4 points. Victoria 7-8-50. SA 7-4-56. 29 minutes in the second term.
Well, always when there's a bit of a ruckus like that, you look for a bit of leadership out there, and I think the South Australians are the ones that have taken the mantle away from the Vics on that occasion, and they just need to settle down. But interesting now that that McLaughlin is in the ruck, and Big Rambo Ramsden down at 10 forward. I think he'll be okay. I think he was playing for a free kick there and should have done more with the football. Playing for free kicks in this game won't get you anywhere.
Selectors, do you teach him that, do you?
Certainly not.
Well, Dunstan continues to do the ruck work. Baldasier's kick, interrupted by Deneen. Timmins overruns it. Thomas, being quiet this term, but now it's with Pope. The South Australians at the 31-minute mark could do with a goal. Garvey and Simpson up high. There's Nick Mitchell, the veteran. He's given it to Dunstan. Terrible by Nick Mitchell.
Very poor by Nick. He should do, a man of his experience, should have done a lot better with the football then.
Oh, just about a spectacular mark to Edwards. Now this is Rowett. Goes to Chandler. Here come the South Australians. Hope, wonderful defence. Oh, big bump. What was that for?
Yeah, so
a free kick. Oh, it was a fair bump, I thought.
No, he came across, hit him pretty high and pretty hard.
Hit him too high?
Yep.
Well, Clark's the man who's going to get the free kick if he can get up. Well, I thought I saw it as just a good, strong bump, but you thought it was above the shoulder?
Yeah, a bit higher. It's actually, I think it's Lockie Ford too, Brad.
Lockie Ford, right. Both Severians, both with fair hair, and they number 14s and 15. Now, he certainly has hurt Ramsden. Well, Mitchell showing his great class by using his body just to help out Ramsden in the pack. And Garvey, they're looking tired. This is only the third term, or the end of the third term.
It's been a very intense game and a lot of pressure out there, and of course a lot of emotion.
Well, nearly by Douglas. White. Hutchings. Dunstan. Douglas. He saw his teammate at the corner of his eye. It's going to come off. Civic, he's at 50. Driving drop punt. Just faded. So it's a 25-point lead to the Victorians. 32 minutes gone in this third term. The Vics 14-9-93. South Australia 10-8-68, smoke-free.
Yeah, it's a pity he didn't make more of that on the run. Had a golden opportunity against South Australia further into the game.
Oh, Ramsden, been great since quarter time. Commentators curse Benny. Still, it was a lovely mark. Yes, it was. Had the right idea. But now it's with Edwards. Wrong-sided hand pass. Dunstan, can they get a mark here? South Australia 1 against 3. That was May. This is Ellis. Taken too high. Advantage paid. Comes to Trimboli. Got it from Watts. Hand pass to Thomas. Does a U-turn. And there it is. They get it eventually. It was in slow motion. And it's a 19-point lead as we go into three-quarter time. The Vics 14-9-93. South Australia 11-8-74. And that just gives you a bit of a mental edge, doesn't it, at three-quarter time?
Yes, it does. It can give you a bit of momentum going in. It gives the coach something to talk about, build the momentum to come home with a wet sail in the last quarter. Very good goal there by South Australia. I thought the Victorians might
just be able to sneak up on the Victorians. And it's the Vics just into attack.
Yeah, might have to put the lights on here as McLaughlin goes in the ruck to Marnie.
Well, the game was scheduled to start at 2:15, and that's fun. Well, gave a shot for his fourth goal. Now, Thomas, giving it up. Jackson, a ton of dash, and a free kick. Pedler is going to get the free in his back.
Yeah, against Donati that time.
Well, he's been great, Donati, though, hasn't he, in the second half?
Yeah.
Up on the forward line. 3 goals in the third term, and some options in the last. Now Pope. 24 minutes gone. The quarters have been going about 30. It'd be great if South Australia could get a couple extra goals.